Welcome to the Conscious Radio Network. Become enlightened, have fun, and tell all your friends and family to share with everyone they know. You can watch us on YouTube and Rumble while following us on Facebook, or find us on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Our podcasts can be found on Libsyn, iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and more. Most of all, remember to go to our official website at consciousradionetwork.com for past episodes, future shows, and scheduling. We also want to welcome our international audience. Don't stop now. Enjoy the community. Subscribe or follow today.
This is the Conscious Radio Network.
Good day, everybody, wherever you might be on the spaceship we call Earth. Welcome to Conscious Radio Network's podcast series, The Seance. I'm your host, Reverend Dr. Paul Meckes. If this is your first time tuning in, please click subscribe, like, share, comment. And also don't forget to follow us wherever you listen to your podcasts. The secrets to weight loss. He is an entrepreneur and Forex trader. After developing the 4-step method for weight loss, it became his mission to share it with the world through writing. As an author and earning his diploma in business computer systems, let's welcome to the show for the first time, Richard Manley. Welcome, Richard. Blessings, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Very welcome. So you don't look like a very big guy to me. So you've obviously been through some trials with battling weight. Let's go back in time and how this started for you.
Yeah, I find myself eating so much, and I became overweight. I was actually weighing 224 pounds.
Wow.
You know, for a guy my height is like 5'7", 5'8". So
Yeah.
basically, I'm overweight, and I didn't even realize how big I was till the time that it was affecting my health and my breathing. Every time like I go to bed, I was struggling breathing.
Ooh.
So one day I traveled back home with my brothers, and I was sitting in front of him, one of my brothers, and I was breathing. My breathing was so heavy. He asked me, "Why do you breathe like that?" You know, so he told me that I think it's time for you to start losing weight, you know. But you know, the funny part of it is that I didn't even know I was that big. I was huge, but I didn't even know that I was that big, you know. And one day I was walking in the park. This is what got me, you know. And a random guy, he called me up, said, "Hey, come, I want to show you something." When I went close, the guy looked me in the eye and told me, "But dude, you're fat. You need to lose weight." The guy looked, I was extremely offended. Just imagine you walking in the park, somebody call you, and you are so excited to go hear what they want to tell you, and they just call you fat.
Jeez.
I mean, that was me.
That guy was honest.
Oh, it was honest, you know. I mean, so when I was going home, I was really offended. It took me it took me a while to get over this, you know.
Yeah.
When I came home, I said to myself, maybe this must be a sign. So I went in the washroom and take a look at my face. I take my time and look at myself, and I realized that it is time for me to lose weight. I was huge, and the thing is that it was actually affecting my confidence too. And the confidence I have in me, you know, I wasn't fitting my clothes, and like people look at me funny because I was huge. Like my face was times this one. It was big, you know.
Yeah.
And when I gain weight, it shows on my face. So I was huge, you know. My stomach was big, and I wasn't fitting my clothes. So I decided, you know what? I'm doing this for my confidence, and I'm going to do this for for my health. That's the most important, because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. You know, you don't have anything. So I started my weight loss journey. This is the reason why I started. And when I started, I was very interested. I'm one of those guys that I'm really determined and very focused. And whatever I put my mind to it, I'm able to accomplish it. So when it came to losing weight, I thought that, I was just going to lose the weight and forget about everything. So I started going to the gym, and what I realized that every time I go to the gym and I lose the weight, I gained the weight back again in a couple of what do you call it, weeks.
Mm.
I even hired like a personal trainer to train me. I said maybe I'm doing something wrong. I'll lose the weight in a couple of weeks. I'll gain it back again. So I start eating a certain way that I'm not supposed to eat. And I'm like, what's happening to me? I was like,
Yeah.
really struggling with this. And I'm one of those guys that don't like to quit. So I said, no, I'm not going to quit. So I start even taking medication, to lose weight. I'll drop the weight and I'll gain it back again. And this was too much for me. I was actually struggling. It came to a time I almost give up. I almost gave up and I said, no, for my health, I have to lose weight. So I started reading, getting into books and read, psychological books. And I find myself reading this book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind. It talk about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind.
Mm.
And I realized that I think maybe I've programmed myself in the wrong way, unintentional, without knowing what the program is. Basically, before I even get into this, I know that you probably know what conscious and subconscious mind, but I would like to say on this show, if in case somebody doesn't know it,
Yeah.
your conscious mind is your thinking mind, and your subconscious mind is your habitual mind, where all the programs, your habits are from. And what do you call it? Whatever habit you have in there, most of the thought that come in your mind in 24 hours, 95% of the thought are influenced by subconscious mind. So if you program the subconscious mind in a certain way, it actually cause you to act in a certain way. So basically, what I find out and realize that I've programmed my subconscious mind with a certain kind of goal image about myself that I wasn't aware of. Because every time I go to the washroom and I look at myself in the mirror, I look myself looking that big. So I know in my mind how much I weigh. So
Yeah.
basically, conscious mind is a when you look at yourself in a certain way, consistent, a repetition, it programs it unconscious without you knowing it. And I wasn't aware of that. And every time I go to the gym I come home, I stand on a scale and I knew how much I weigh. So as I was doing that consistently, it became a habit that programs my subconscious mind that the thing was affecting me.
Mm.
When I became aware of that, I began to change the program through the subconscious mind. That's why I came up with a book. But I know you have some questions to ask me too.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure our audience will too. Eventually, they're going to like, oh man, but we don't want to give too much information away
Okay.
because otherwise they wouldn't buy the book. So it's all about the book.
Okay. All right.
So I want to bring the book up here. So where can people find the book?
Well, basically, they can get the book on my website, richardtmonte.com.
And
I also have the book published at Amazon, books to read, and when you go to my website, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on X, at the bottom of my website, if it's over there, I have the books at Apple Books, and I have them on Everend, you know.
yeah,
So yeah, I published the book in all these places. The best place, I have the book on my website. I have it on audio. I have it on ebook. When you buy it, you get the book right away. And the audio to when you buy, you're gonna get it right away. But if you get the paperback or the hardcover, they have to send it to you in a couple of days.
yeah, yeah. Wow. Now, as far as now, I've never really been overweight. I've always been kind of like up, down, up, down, up, down. But it really doesn't matter because with the issues I have, or had, is you get into this, you hit New Year's resolutions. Those seem to be the very momental points in people's lives on a year-to-year basis. Where what do you got? What's your New Year's resolution? Oh, I want to lose weight. And usually the first 3 months of the year is usually when that happens, and then it flatlines. People drop out.
Yep.
What seems to be the had that happened to you, and what's your advice as far as keeping people from dropping out and
Well,
quitting?
the best thing for you to do, right, is for you to know the weight loss secret. This is it. So basically, see, most people, right? I mean, they have a plan to lose weight, okay? But
Mm-hmm.
what happened is that they've unconsciously programmed the subconscious mind with a certain kind of goal image, unconsciously, not intentionally.
Yeah.
They program that subconscious mind. And once you have to understand that the subconscious mind is a million times more powerful than your conscious mind.
Mm.
So it actually influence your behavior, the way you act and behave. So the secret is that until you change that program that you have in there, you're just gonna waste your time,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, the subconscious mind will always win. So all you have to do is to find a way how you can reprogram your subconscious mind again, okay, what the goal image that you want yourself to look like. And when that program is done, instead of attempting to actually uh, fight against you to achieve your goal, it will actually support you and assist you for you to maintain your size after you change the program, So this is
Yeah.
the advice I give them.
Yeah. Now, aside from your book, do you also do remote and in-person coaching?
Well, yeah, I basically, like, if I meet anyone, my family or anybody that I see on the street, I want one what do you call it? Want me to give them one-on-one coaching to lose weight. I sit them there and I advise them what they're supposed to do.
Mm.
And I've helped so many people to drop weight. They couldn't believe it, how effective this thing is. This thing is actually bugging a lot of people. Most people, they think that they are born fat because they give up.
Yeah.
And one thing that bothers me is that our health, our health is one of the most important things in the whole universe. The
Yeah.
question I'm going to ask the people watching this show is that, let's say you have like $1 billion and you're overweight and it's affecting your health. You can't even get out of your bed because of your overweight. If they ask you to give up the $1 billion for your good health, you're definitely going to give up the money for your good health. So basically, if you can't get out of your bed and function good, the money doesn't even matter. So basically, you being healthy and staying lean and being healthy is supposed to be your number one goal. And we are taking this for granted. So I want people to take this really serious, because there's a lot of people out there that are really struggling with their weight and they don't know what's happening to them.
Yeah.
And they lose the weight, they gain it back again. They lose the weight, they gain it back. They're struggling with it. What's happening to me, it's a time I figured out this secret, and I put it in the book so that I can use it to help people, because my whole point is to change people's life.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's is growing conscious thought and realization or awakening that's happening right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure the food in Canada is not as great as it is, or probably as equal as it is, especially fast food in the United States. But what's your thought on? I mean, I've seen these pictures of a 1970s family on the beach. All of them are thin.
Yeah.
2024 family on the beach, all fat. And it's like, look at the difference of these people from the 70s and 80s
Yeah.
compared to families now. It's like everybody in the family is overweight. Kids
Yeah.
are overweight.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to be overweight. Do you think this has got a lot to also do with the crap food that's out there?
Yeah, definitely. Because if you keep on, eating the food have so much calories and stuff, you're definitely going to gain weight. And people, when it's become a habit, like, eating become a habit. And
Mm-hmm.
when it become a habit, if you watch, you pay attention. Anyone that you see being overweight, if it's a friend of yours or anybody, even happened to me too, watch how they eat. They just have a habit of eating so much they don't know when to stop.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's like a habit that until you break that habit, there's nothing you can do about it, because that habit is actually controlling who you are.
mm-hmm.
And it will cause you to eat certain food that you're not even supposed to eat. You eat late at night, like 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, eating certain food you're not supposed to eat.
Oh yeah,
So I was really battling with this stuff myself. So me talking about this, when you experience something, actually teach you a lesson. If somebody would have told me before, I probably wouldn't believe it. So
mm-hmm.
the fact that I experienced it, that's why I can come over here and talk about this, because Right now I weigh 163 pounds. That's how much I weigh now. I was weighing 224 pounds. Just
Whoa.
imagine the big difference in it. And
Yeah.
I cut it down. Like the funny part is that it comes down and it goes up. It comes down and it goes up. I'm like, what's happening, man? I was really struggling. I was like really hard on myself, and I didn't want to give up to the time I figured this out, because I knew that if I figure this out, I can help a lot of people, even my own family members. So I have some family members too that were struggling their weight. I give them the 4-step method in the book, and they use it step by step principles, and they change their weight. They used to have a habit of actually eating a certain way. Once they change the program, what happens to them is that they begin to have habit of eating healthy, going to the
Yeah.
gym. Yeah, it was so strange. And the guy said they couldn't believe it. And I said, well, that's what it is. That's why I have to let the whole world know about this book.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's very important too. It's like, do you see that people are actually now starting to pay attention to the food, what's out there, the choices, people making healthier choices? I mean, I've been making healthier choices for quite some time, but it's like, I'm seeing the collective consciousness start to get there. More people are, when they're in the grocery store, they're looking at what's in the ingredients. They're looking at more organic stuff than inorganic and crap and artificial this, blah, 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 blah.
Healthy food.
Yeah, they're looking at more healthy options. Even though
Yeah.
there's some health, even though they say they're healthy, they're not healthy. Some of these like prepackaged diet foods, but when you look at the ingredients, you're like, nope, that's all artificial this, artificial that, blah 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 blah. It's not real food, and
Yep.
yeah,
And the food, like, I'll give you an example, okay? Uh, when I start this journey, I was not someone that like to eat fruit, okay? I don't like fruit. I don't like veggies. So I like to eat. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
have a habit of eating heavy diet. I eat at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. This was my habit.
yeah,
So I was huge. I'm happy that the guy called me out, because if he didn't call me out, I won't be here today.
sure,
Sometimes
yeah,
these things happen to get you to where you are. So when I changed my program through the 4-step method I have in my book, guess what happened to me? I begin to have the desire to eat food. If I tell you what I eat now, you wouldn't believe it. And I didn't just become like that. This happened after I changed my program in my
yeah,
subconscious mind. I begin to eat food like strawberries, blueberries. These are food that I never liked them. If you give them, I told them, what are you talking about, man?
yeah.
I don't want them. I even became aware of a fruit called dragon fruit.
Oh yeah, that stuff's good.
Dragon fruit. So I was eating all these berries and all this fruit. I try to make it a shake, like a real one, and I
Yeah,
drink it every day. So after I changed the program, I start eating this way, and I only eat broccoli, only healthy food. My system changed, and I work out in a certain way that I never used to do before. And I said, "Wow, I just love eating this stuff I never used to like before." So what happens? Because I changed my program.
yeah,
I
yeah.
changed my program, and it's
And by
helping me.
doing all that too, it helps detoxify you, because you,
Oh
you can
yeah,
imagine how many toxins are in your body,
man.
that are just clogging your system up. You go to you if you were to solely shop in the produce department and you stuck with that, dude, you would detoxify your system like that. Just
And
within a month.
I wasn't, what do you call it? Uh, I wasn't able to, like, the stuff that, like, I begin to do stuff that I don't usually normally do, right?
Yeah,
So I sit down and I ask myself this question. So how come I never thought about this stuff here? How come I never have any desire to eat all this kind of fruit and eat so right now, basically, what I do is that it's a habit that I have. I can't even change it. It's a habit I have. I can't eat any heavy food after 7 o'clock. All the food I eat, it has to be before 7 o'clock. But I was
yeah,
not like that before,
mm,
you know. And after seven, the only food I eat is fruit and drink water.
yeah, yeah. Same
Fruit.
here. Same here. I do not eat any heavy meals or a meal within 3 hours before bedtime. Sometimes 4 hours before
You're in
bedtime.
good shape. It's a
Yeah,
real good shape. Yeah.
yeah.
So that tell me why you're on that ship. You have a good you have a good program,
Yeah.
and that program is like your natural self. So someone like you can't be overweight because
No,
you have like
no.
your discipline, right?
Yeah. And like you said, it's programming. It's,
Yeah,
you got to learn to program yourself. And if you do it for a while, it becomes habit.
it becomes habit, and then they tend to willingly just make you do stuff that you don't have to think about anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and this was
Yeah.
what's has happened to a lot of people out there. And do you know how many people I know struggle with their weight?
Ooh,
they they
a
they
lot.
they're on a medication, like go to the gym. So now what I do is, even when I meet people on the street, and sometimes you can't just approach them because they might be offended that
Hmm.
see how the guy approached me. So you have to find a nicer way to actually tell them about it, that they should try and do this if
Yeah.
they are willing to.
And that begs the question, did you ever see that guy again?
And obviously I would like to see him again. I'm going to thank him.
Right? Right? If you
Yeah,
ever, all you got to do is ask the universe, man. Just put it out there. Just put it out there. Say, you know something? I want to see this guy again.
I like it.
Let's cross paths. Ask the universe, and you never know, man. You never
I think
know.
I'm going to
Go,
take
go.
your advice. I'm
Yeah,
going to
maybe
take
walk
advice
through
from
that park. Walk through that park again sometime, and just call on it. And you never know. You might recognize him. He may not recognize you.
him. You wouldn't believe it.
Right?
I have a friend, right? I have a friend that I didn't see for like 2 years, right? But he
Yeah.
know me as a big guy, like I was huge, right? So I just wish that I have a picture that I would have give you so you can put out and see how big I was. So when the guy saw me, he could not believe me. A friend of mine with his wife. So whoa, it's like this guy became half of himself. He was shocked. He couldn't believe that was me. That's what do you do? I said, you
Wow.
don't know, man. I told him everything about it, like people that I haven't seen for so long, when they see me, they're shocked. They couldn't believe it, you know?
Man.
And what I've learned is that before, I have so much energy like a teenager now. Like I feel like I have so much energy. I said, wow. It's really, really
Mhm.
important for everybody to be in good shape because, I mean, it help your confidence. Okay, you can dress nice and you stay healthy. You have so much energy. You feel good when you look at yourself in the mirror. I mean, there's so
Yeah.
many. What do you call it? Importance of being healthy and staying in shape. You feel good when you get up in the morning. You look at yourself. You feel better. You know what I mean? You see how
Yeah.
you feel because you're in good shape. It's
Yeah.
very, very important. And you just imagine you get out of bed, you can't get up, you can't fit in your clothes. People making fun of you. It's affecting your health. I don't think it's a good thing. So losing weight, we should make it our journey to actually take this serious. Just like we like to make money, we have to take this more serious too by staying healthy and staying lean because it's going to change your life forever, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Um, it seems like one of the biggest um, problems too is processed sugars. There's a lot of sugar. There's sugar in everything. Bread.
Yep. Hmm.
There shouldn't be any sugar in bread.
Yep.
I mean, there's sugar in everything.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't believe it.
And it's like the only thing that you should have that should be sweet that you eat is our fruits.
Oh
Anything
yeah.
else should be. It should be. I remember. I used to know. I still know him. I haven't seen him in a while. One of our qigong practitioners. We used to
Okay.
go every weekend or at least once a month for qigong.
Uh-huh.
And he was from Japan, and Mr. Musashi,
Most
and
definitely.
he would always bring these fruits with him over to class and stuff like that. Green papayas and stuff, and he'd chop them all up and whatnot, and he would make these bowls of stuff. And he's like, "You must eat this." He's like, "It's not supposed anything. Basically, anything that is sour, tart, or sour
Yeah.
is good for you."
Oh yeah.
He's like, "It gets rid of cancer."
Like lamb.
And yeah, and he's like, it's a reprogramming thing too,
Yep.
because we are programmed to think that food is supposed to be sweet,
You're right. You're right.
but technically the stuff that's really good for you is supposed to be sour,
Yeah.
bitter,
Hmm.
So that's also another programming thing too that I kind of started to realize going, you know something? When you think about it, the stuff that really is good for you, I mean really, really good for you, is
Mm-hmm.
either sour or bitter.
Yep.
But everybody wants to add sugar to it.
Oh man,
Or
that's
salt. Or salt.
it's like it's like what do you call it? We've been programmed like this, and I mean, whatever you see other people do, you do the same thing too, right?
Yeah.
And it's been going on for centuries.
Yeah.
And if you cut yourself in a situation like that, you end up getting so big. If you walk around, just pay attention, look around, okay? When you go outside, every like if you see 10 people, probably like half of them is overweight.
Hmm.
Like this is serious. And the thing is that they don't even realize when you're big. Sometimes you don't even realize how big you are. It happens to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know how huge I was, man. I tell you, when I go back and look at my old pictures, I make fun of myself. I said, "Damn, I was huge, man." And I asked myself, why did I sit down to get this big?
Yeah.
I don't understand
Yeah.
that. But then it was a habit, so I didn't realize that it's a habit.
And I tell you, when you do look at those pictures of yourself and you look, I bet you, if, in your mind, you're going, hallelujah, thank God,
Oh yeah,
thank
hallelujah.
God, I am not that person anymore.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
God, it's a blessing.
it's a blessing,
Oof.
man. I wish that I would have met that guy maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah.
The
Oof.
guy that called me out of over
Yeah.
there. And there's always somebody that will come and tell you this to snap you out of your what's happened to you. And sometimes when they come, it sounds very harsh, but it's for your own good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if everybody pamper you and agree with everything you do, and to me, the true people that care for you, the people that are looking in the eye and tell you the truth. So the guy,
Hmm.
even though I don't know who he is, and when he told me, I was offended. But this guy is like a savior. He came to wake me up from my sleep, and the way he did it, he have to do it in a mean way to get under my skin. So it will cause me to react, and that's what I'm here today. So
Yeah.
watching me, thank you so much. Maybe one day I'll go to the park like you said. The universe will make me
Yeah.
go. I'll just
Yeah.
thank him so much for helping me.
Yeah, a week before you go, just keep, put that out there in the universe. Going, next weekend I'm gonna go to that park and I wanna run into that guy again. And then you just put that out there, and then when you go, you're gonna have to let me know.
Cool, man. How many emails, that I met the guy and I had a long conversation with this guy and I said to him,
Yeah.
buddy, thank you so much for helping me out because you're
Right.
a lifesaver. Because if it wasn't him, there's no way
Yeah.
I'll be here today.
Now, what would be interesting is the guy never exists. He was an angel.
Probably he was an angel. And the way he
Yeah.
talked to me, I mean, I tell you, usually I get over stuff within like 5 minutes. I tell you, I slept over this and it took me like 24 hours for me to get over this one. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Get under my skin. Just imagine you walking on the street and a random person call you, and you're so interested to see what's going to say to you. And they
Yeah.
look in the eye and call you, dude, you are fat.
You are fat, man. And then you're
Man, I
like,
mean, come on,
what?
man. What did I do to
Yeah.
you? You know what I mean? So,
Right? Oh man.
I mean,
Uh,
you don't talk to people like that.
right?
So it
Uh,
caused me to react in that way. And then we have basically in the book, we have like the 4 steps in the book that talks about the imagination method of the book, and it talks about the second method is the affirmation method. We have the third one is called the written method, and the fourth one is recording and listening method. Recording and listen. So all these 4 steps in this book actually show you precisely exactly how to program your subconscious mind to achieve your ideal goal or the goal that you want, the size that you want to become it. So it
yeah.
tells you step by step, exactly in the book. So you should take this really serious and go pick up one. I mean, how much is this book anyways, man? I was spending like over $300 given to a personal trainer to train me.
Yeah.
This book is less than like $30 or probably for the $40 or something less than that. So
Yeah.
one time it will change your life forever. I mean,
Heck
just
yeah.
take a look at it. Be curious about it. You never know.
Yeah.
This might change your life forever, you know?
Yeah, and if it works, pay it forward. Give it to a friend.
Give it to a
You
friend
know?
and help each other because we're all here to uplift each other, you know? We're
Yeah.
here to let each other better in this universe here. So if this time works and you use it and you give to your friend, I mean, we're making each other life better. That's the whole point of we being here to let everybody better, you know, to lift each
Yeah.
other up. That's
Yeah.
the whole point. Yeah.
There seems to also have been, I was conscious of this a couple years ago.
Okay.
I kept seeing commercials and campaigns out there celebrating this a new culture of, lack of a better word, fatness.
Okay.
Just a bunch of overweight individuals of all ages, all male, female, all ages, celebrating the obesity, that
Being
they're,
overweight.
as though it's something like they can't change, so just be happy in the skin that you're in, so to speak. And
Yeah.
it's like, at the same time, I'm going, okay, that seems to be a way to brainwash yourself into not really realizing that you're unhealthy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that's a bad way to create a new culture of just obesity, because you're just perpetuating it.
Yeah. What happened is that is this are the people that they've been struggling for a long time. They're giving up.
Mm,
So they basically are beginning to embrace being like that, and they're trying to get other people to do the same thing too. But
yeah.
this is not a good advice because everybody knows that being overweight is not healthy.
No, no,
Everybody knows that
no.
because you won't believe it. I was driving on the highway 2 days ago, right? And I
Uh-huh.
saw an ad of a guy with a top off, laying down, huge guy,
Yeah.
big guy. Like, wow. I tell you, I've never seen anything like that. But means see what you were saying. So they're trying to advertise it to be cool with you being big, and that is not cool.
No.
That is not healthy. So
Uh,
if you don't know the solution to lose weight, you should try this book and see. It was going to change your life forever. And you should give it to your friend, and give it to your friend, and give it to your friend, and change their life. Because I believe with all my heart that this book right here is going to change anyone that use any of these four principles and methods in this book here is actually going to change their life forever. Trust me, I believe it.
heck yeah.
You
Heck
pick
yeah.
up one of the book and you follow the principles, put in the work, and it doesn't work for you. I'll refund your money to you. I'll give you double your money.
There you go.
Because I know it's gonna work for you. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, what about you? I know it's gonna work for you. So just do yourself a favor and pick up one and change your life because believe me, it is gonna change your life. Me, I was one of those guys that I was going through this. Trust me, it wasn't funny. I thought I was so strong and I have to learn my lesson.
Hmm.
So that to just pick up one and I mean there's no harm in trying, right? A lot of
I
things
know.
that
Yeah.
there's no
It's
harm in
just,
trying. We've done so many stuff.
yeah, for a cost, for a few bucks of your book. I mean, what the heck? It's worth trying. It's worth saving your life.
It might save your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And hey, I just hope that people hear me out and they just try this out. And the only way you know it works is when you try it, right?
Hmm. And
Yeah, the
don't
only
give
way
up, and not get, and yeah, just keep on going, man. Keep
keep
on
on
going.
going.
Don't give up.
You know what I mean? And you're gonna see an amazing result that will change your life forever. And you're gonna become a believer.
Hmm.
You're probably gonna email me and thank me.
Yeah.
you know, I don't want to be the guy that meet me at a park. You know what I mean? And say
Right.
those things to me. But I'm playing nice, over here
Yeah.
because I don't want to offend anybody.
Exactly. Exactly. And knowing your horoscope, eh, we're not the people. We got the same horoscope, for those who are listening. We found that out before the show. But
Yeah,
anyway, we're not the type of people that offend people, like, just out of random going, you're a fat guy.
no, no, no,
We're
no.
not those type of people. We let other signs do that for us.
We care about other people's feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Instead, we just write books.
yeah, we treat people the way we want to be treated, basically.
Yeah.
like the
Exactly.
golden rule, right? Yeah. So uh, I find out that he's the same sign like me. I don't know if I can say it out there, but I don't know if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's amazing.
before we wrap up the show, tell everybody, for those who are watching can see your website scrolling down there, but for those who are listening, how can they find you?
Well, you can basically uh, you can find me easily. Go to my website. It's called richardtmonte.com, or you can also find me on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel called Richard Trillion with Lost Secret and Inspire. Richard Trillion Weight Loss Secret and Inspire. I have a YouTube video talking about this stuff here, and have all my information on the YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also, yeah. And if you go to my website, richardtmonte.com, I have all. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on LinkedIn. So all my information is at the back of inside the what do you call it, the website. You find me. You can even Google my name. You can Google me at Richard Trillion Montes Books on Google. Richard
Cool.
Trillion Montes Book on Google. You're gonna see all my information on Google.
Nice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. So before we go, what would you like to leave as a takeaway for our audience today?
You take away that I would like to tell you this. You should take this really serious. Your health is more important than anything in this world, and you shouldn't take it for granted. You don't have to sit down to be like me, overweight, weighing 24 pounds before you start changing your what do you call it, your waist size. If you see yourself getting overweight, try to do something about it. Don't sit down, because your health is more important than anything in the universe. The time you're laying on a bed and you can't get up no more. Your money doesn't even matter if you're not healthy.
Oh yeah.
That's how important this is. So trust me. So take this book here seriously and make a move. Grab one and start practicing. If you are struggling to lose weight, grab one of these books and change your life forever. And just don't keep it to yourself. Share with a friend and change their life, because they're going to thank you for giving them one of these books here. I'm just here to let you know that I just want you to be better. We're all here to elevate each other, to make each other's life better. So whatever I'm doing, if it's not helping you, what is the point? So my point is for you to be healthy and whole and better and be happy. So I'm very happy for you giving me opportunity to come and share my weight loss journey and to share this book to the universe. Thank you so much for having me in the show. I really appreciate
you are very, very,
it.
very welcome. And it's an honor to have you on the show as well, my friend. Definitely. Richard, blessings, my friend. You're doing great work, and you're a blessing for those who are truly struggling and just need that tool, man. They need that tool. They need that extra tool in the tool chest going, the hammer and the shovel are not going to help. I need another hammer or something, Yeah, I need a bigger hammer.
That's a bigger hammer.
Yeah. Thor's hammer.
Amazing, man.
Yeah.
And
Richard, thank you. Thank you again, my friend. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me on your show. It was a pleasure having you on your show.
You're welcome.
Before I go,
if you do run into that park, if you do go to the park and something, keep us posted. Definitely keep me posted.
And also, I just want to put out there that I have another book coming up before the end of this month. It's about money.
Oh yeah.
It's about money, about programming yourself, the subconscious mind for money. So it's almost done. The book is finished. It's just being published now. So I just want people to know about this book here, and it's going to change your financial game forever.
Nice.
People struggling out there for money. I have this book coming out just for you to change your life forever. So remember, just what is coming out. You're going to know about me. I'll come to your show again if you give me opportunity to come and talk about the book.
Absolutely. Definitely. You're welcome. Richard, blessings, my friend.
Thank you very much.
You are very, very, very welcome. Thank you, everybody, for watching Conscious Radio Network's The Seance. And until next time, we'll see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you.